Darts has produced some of the most amazing results and stories this year, so today I'll be looking at the top 10 TV darts matches of 2025. Hi, this is OG Darts, and before we get into the video, make sure you like and subscribe. Now let's get into it. Number 10. Luke Humphries vs Johnny Clayton, Masters Final. With it being first to two legs to win a set, this heightened the drama, especially at the end. This game looked like a routine win for Humphries after building up a 5-2 lead over Clayton. This meant Humphries only needed one more set to clinch the title. Humphries missed multiple match starts and allowed the Welshman back into the game. This game went all the way to a deciding set where Humphries managed to pin tops to seal the title. Let me know what you think of the format in the comments. Number 9. Luke Littler vs Andrew Gilding. I feel like we're going to be seeing one of these names quite a few times on this list. Sadly, it's not Goldfinger. These two collided in one of the most entertaining match plays I've ever seen. Before the game, many people expected a routine win for Littler, not the marathon of a game we got. Despite Littler leading the majority of the game, Gilding would not buckle and was constantly pressuring Littler. With Littler hitting his usual 180s, Goldfinger withstood an absolute barrage from the nuke to keep himself in the game. Gilding showed great composure to claw his way back and hit a rememberable 160 checkout that left Wayne Mardle saying,
please!
Littler managed to close out the game 16-14, but this will always be remembered as a classic. Number 8. Michael Smith vs Chris Dobey Players Championship. Smith managed to get out of a really hard group at the expense of Nathan Aspinall. He was drawn up against a highly fancied Dobey. Dobey built up a commanding 5-2 lead in a race to 10. Smith then reeled 3 consecutive legs, including an amazing 164 checkout. What followed was a nervy, dramatic sequence of legs. Then the game went to a one-leg shootout. Then both players missed darts after darts and no one could win the game. The drama and tension on that stage was crazy. Dobey missed 11 match darts, with Smith missing 10 himself before finally pinning the double. The emotion was clear on Michael Smith's face, but he knows he got away with one in one of the most exciting games. Number 7. Johnny Clayton vs James Wade Match Play. Two veterans meeting at the semi-final of the second biggest major. This felt special from the off, and it was really hard to call. Both men had a spectacular 161 checkout, with Wade delivering a second 161 towards the end of the game. In a race to 17, Wade built up a huge 16-10 lead, with Wade only needing one more leg for victory. Clayton then proceeded, like already shown in this list, a fighting attitude that got him right back into the game. Clayton won 6 legs in a row to force a tie-break scenario in which he needed to win by 2 clear legs. Wade managed to hold his nerve just to win the game 2018. Number 6. Rob Cross vs Gerwyn Price, Premier League. This Premier League game between Cross and Price was ridiculous. With the match being in Cardiff, the crowd only wanted one winner. However, Cross raced into a 3-0 lead to silence the Welsh fans. Price fought back, reeling in the next 2 legs. Voltage did not buckle, reasserting his lead, pinning tops to go 5-2 up. Remarkably, Price fought back to take it all the way to a deciding leg. With the crowd and momentum all with Price, the result looked inevitable. Price was massively ahead in the decider, with Price missing double 18 to seal it with a 115 checkout. Then Cross hits the coldest finish you will ever see. Price's reaction says all you need to know when Cross hit the second treble 20. What a game, and what a moment for Cross. Number 5. Luke Humphries and Luke Littler vs Martin Schindler and Riccardo Pietrezco, World Cup of Darts. England versus Germany is always a great rivalry, and darts is no exception to this. With the unbeatable team of Luke Littler and Luke Humphries, the question was who can stop the world number 1 and 2. They were drawn up against the hometown favourites of Schindler and Pietrezka. They looked very good in their opening game. The boos were deafening for England, and many people questioned the unity of the team as there were heavy rumours they didn't even practice together. Both Englishmen felt uncomfortable throughout the game. In a race to 8 legs, Germany built up a lead that even the two best players in the world could overturn. Germany won 8-4 in one of the biggest shocks in the World Cup of Darts. Number 4, Lute Littler versus Gerwin Price World Grand Prix. The fact that this game isn't number 1 shows you how ridiculous this list is. In a game of pure drama, this game highlighted the resilience and mental strength of both men as they hit outrageous finishes to stay alive in the game. In the early goings of the match, Price dominated and won the first 2 sets in a race to 3. With Price sitting on 60 to win the match, Littler hit a monstrous 154 to keep his hopes alive. In the next leg, Price missed 3 darts to win the match. Littler forced a deciding set. Littler then responded with a 152 to win the game. What a match. Number 3, Mike Dedeker versus David Munyua World Championships. This was the biggest shock I've seen, and the context makes it even more remarkable. 100-1 outsider with the bookmakers. A full-time vet from Kenya played a one-time major champion in Mike Dedeker. This was Munyua's first time outside of Africa and had to source funds to even make the trip to Alexandra Palace. During the game, Dedeker went 2-0 up in sets, averaging in the mid-90s. Munyua showed great composure to work his way back into the game, hitting crucial doubles to take the game all the way to a deciding set. Munyua then hit a 135 checkout to level the set, leaving wild scenes in the Alexandra Palace. He then went on to complete this unbelievable comeback. What a story and what a match. Number 2, Johnny Clayton and Gerwin Price versus Daryl Gurney and Josh Rock, World Cup of Darts. Now this was a toss-up between this and number 1. This final had everything you want in a pairs game. The Welsh pair came in as second favourite to England. We saw what happened to them. The Northern Irish came in as dark horses. Gurney started the match by hitting a 130 checkout, and then he cleaned up a tricky 9 checkout to put Northern Ireland 2-0 up. The Welsh fought back with Clayton pinning a 142 checkout. Northern Ireland got themselves into a 9-7 lead. The Welsh fought back to take it all the way to a deciding leg. This leg contained 2 180s and a 171, to the point Price and Rock were even high-fiving each other. Gurney held it all together to pin the double. You can see how much it meant to them when they were brought to tears. With Sweet Caroline being sung, the night belonged to the Northern Irish team. And number 1, Lute Littler versus Josh Rock, match play. 2 of the biggest stars collided, in my opinion, the best game of the year. They collided in the semi-final of the match play. The game burst into life with Rock going 5-0 up. Then they hit the second best leg of all time. Every dart hit their intended target, with Littler hitting a 9-darter on double 15. This was the ignition for Littler to get going. This game felt nervy, and although Rock spent a long time winning the game, he never felt comfortable. Littler under this format was unbeaten, and still is to the time of this video, and the length of this format led to unbelievable drama. Once Littler edged ahead, there was no looking back. Rock kept himself alive with a 170 checkout, but Littler edged in an absolute thriller that, in my opinion, was the best game of the year. And that's our list. Please feel free to leave comments for any suggestions for future videos, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time.